Hello and welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're going to talk about something that's, well, it's a real game changer. We're diving into how one simple, conscious shift in your thinking, with a little faith mixed in, can totally flip your entire day around.
I mean, have you ever had one of those days? You wake up and bam, it's like a storm of negative thoughts just hits you. Your mind is already racing with worries before you've even had a chance to properly wake up. I think we've all been there, right?
Well, the author of our source material for today, they found themselves in that exact spot. And their story, which we're going to walk through, is basically a roadmap for getting through that kind of internal storm and actually finding some peace on the other side.
All right, so let's set the scene. The story kicks off in the morning. You know, that quiet time. But inside, a full-on battle of thoughts was already raging.
And this is what I find so relatable. Even the meditation, which was usually this calm sanctuary, just wasn't working. The worries were too strong. It's such a great reminder that nobody's perfect, right? It's not about never having negative thoughts. It's about what you do when they show up.
Okay, so this is where things get interesting. This is the turning point. Because instead of just letting that negativity win, the author decides, nope, not today. They make a real, conscious choice to do something about it.
And here's how they did it. A really simple four-step process. First, close your eyes. Just shut out all the noise. Then, center your thoughts. Find that one point to focus on. The third step was to connect to a higher power. For them, it was God, but it can be whatever feels right for you. And finally, using a chant to kind of reset their energy, to just let that positive feeling wash over everything.
You see, the key thing here is that this wasn't just sitting back and hoping. No, this was an active choice. It was a deliberate pivot, a shift from a mind stuck on worry to a spirit that was actively looking for peace. And that decision, it makes all the difference.
All right, so they've got this new positive vibe going, but it was about to get tested in the real world. The question is, how does this inner peace hold up when you're faced with an actual external challenge?
So they're heading to the office, and who do they run into? A colleague who is having the exact same kind of morning. And it's this really cool moment, right? They connect over it, realizing, hey, I'm not the only one feeling this way. The author even shares a little technique they just used, kind of paying it forward.
And then, get this, it's almost like the universe was saying, okay, let's see how serious you are. A literal physical obstacle pops up in their path. I mean, you can't get more symbolic than that, right? A real-life roadblock that's basically a mirror of the mental roadblocks they were dealing with just an hour before.
So what do? Do they get frustrated? Give in to the stress? Nope. Instead, they decide to double down on that positive mindset they just worked so hard to build. They actually say it out loud. And listen, this isn't just, crossing your fingers and hoping for the best. This is a declaration, a statement of pure faith, said with total conviction. It's like they're putting that energy out into the universe, fully believing that a good outcome is the only possible one.
And you know what? It actually works. It's kind of amazing. The problem just dissolves. The obstacle clears up, exactly like they said it would. It's almost as if that intense, positive focus literally carved out a path for the solution to come through.
So this whole story, this whole experience, it really just boils down to one core lesson, doesn't it? It shows the incredible power of what can happen when we choose positivity and invite a little divine guidance into our lives.
When you look at it this way, you can really see the two different roads you can go down. There's the negative mindset road, right? Where you're just clinging to worries, you feel bombarded, and you get stuck. But then there's the other path, the positive one. And that's all about making that shift, connecting to something bigger than yourself, and actually creating a solution.
So, what's the big takeaway for us here? Well, the story leaves us with some really powerful ideas. Number one, we always have a choice in how we react to stuff. Number two, making that choice to be positive can literally change your day. 3, having that connection to a higher power, it's like an anchor. It keeps you grounded. And last but definitely not least, our thoughts are way more powerful than we give them credit for. They can actually solve problems. So I want to leave you with this question. Think about something you're dealing with right now, some piece of negativity or a challenge.
What do you think would happen if you just, for 1 second, declared with total belief that this will get resolved easily? What could you change with just that single positive thought? Something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.